All right, can do the hockey fantasy player preview without from the hockey news pool guide here. So I'm going to name off the player, how many goal points that the pool guide thinks they're going to have, and I'm going to say whether they can reach that or not. So in Arizona, Clayton Keller, 80 points. I think he's going to get around 70, 75. I don't think he's going to get to 80. He had 65 points last year. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 55 points. He has put up around there in his career. He only had 42 last year, but I think he can get to 55. Player to watch is Galchenyuk to see what he does with his new surroundings. So we got Anaheim Ducks, Getzlaf 75. I don't think he's going to get there. He only had 61 last year. I see him between maybe 58 and 62 again. Just, I don't think he's going to put up 70 points again. But I could be wrong. We got Rickard Rakell with 70 points. He definitely could do that. He got 69 last year, so definitely look at drafting him if you're drafted for Anaheim. And Gibson. I don't have the goalie stats, but I'm just going to say which goalies to maybe choose. Gibson's definitely one. Boston Bruins, Marchand, 90 points. He definitely could do that. He had 85 last year, but only played 68 games. So definitely could get 90. Pasternak, 85 points. Yeah, he had 80 last year. Bergeron, 66. He's usually within 60 to 65 points every year. He had 63 last year, and then Rask, obviously, go for him. Eichel, 75 points. I don't think he gets there. Maybe 70 to 75, I guess. He had 64 last year. Watch him make a little bit of a jump. Reinhardt, 66 points. Obviously, if Eichel scores a bit more, Reinhardt's going to get more points. And Milstad, they have him at 44. He's a rookie, maybe get 50, so maybe a little bit higher than 44. Calgary Flames, Goudreau at 80 points. He had 84 last year, so I'm expecting more than 80. 85 to 90. Monahan, 70 points. He had 64 last year. He definitely gets 70. Kachuk, they have him for 64 points. He did have 49 last year. He had 48 the year before. Maybe bumps it up to 60 at the most. Might be a slow rise with Kachuk, I guess. Carolina, Aho, 65 points. He had 65 last year, so definitely can do that. Maybe get a little bit more, but right around there, I think. Teravainen, 62. He had 64 last year, so right where he's at. And then Hamilton at 53. He definitely put up 53 points. He had 44 last year, but watch him get a lot more time, I guess, in Carolina, as he's one of the go-to guys. Chicago, 88 points for Kane. Definitely can do that. The Brinkett, they have at 60. I think he's going to get maybe 55. And then Taves at 59. I expect that to go up. He had a bad year last year. So watch him get maybe 65 to 70. Colorado Avalanche, McKinnon, they have at 88. I think that's perfect for him. Rantanen, 81. Maybe get 75. And then Barry at 60. Definitely put that up. He's a very offensive defenseman. Columbus, Panarin at 80. Definitely go for higher than that. Dubois, 63. I think can see him doing that. Jones at 60, definitely can do that. And obviously, Bobrovsky's one of the best goalies in the league, so definitely, if you got the chance to draft him, do that. Let's go for Dallas. Ben at 80 points, definitely can see him doing more than that, probably around 88, 90. Sagan, 77, he's on a contract year, so watch him get more than that. Radulov, 70, pretty high for him, but he could definitely do it. Klinberg, 62. I see him getting less than that, maybe between 50 and 55 points. Detroit, Larkin, 65 points. Yeah, I can see him getting that. They have Zadina at 36, but he's going to play a bigger role, I think, as Zetterberg, if he makes the team, obviously. But Zetterberg is out for the beginning of the year. We'll see if he makes it back this year. And if you're in a keeper league, definitely try to pick up Zadina. Obviously, I've never played keeper league, so I don't know when you draft him. McDavid, 114 points. He definitely can do that. Draisaitl, 75. See him maybe be in the 80-point range here. And then Hopkins at 60. He's had a pretty good year last year, so watch him duplicate that. Florida, Barkov, 80 points. I can see that. Trocheck, 75 points. I predicted him to get higher than that. Dadonov, 70 points. Maybe around like 62 points for him. Huberdeau, 70. I can see that. Yandel, 52. I don't see him getting 52, but That's their opinion. Kings, Kopitar 74 points. I'd like that point total for him. Carter at 61. If he comes back and plays like he could definitely get that. Kovalchuk 58 points. Obviously, he's on the first line. I can see him getting 65 to 70 points. Maybe like 35 goals, 30 assists. Doughty at 50 points. He usually puts up around there, but maybe around 60 this year. And then Quick, obviously, definitely go for Quick. Granlund for Minnesota Wild, 64 points. I project higher than that. Stahl at 60 points. He had a great year. I think he had 77 points last year, so I expect him to be around that. He's had 2 really good seasons in Minnesota. Niederreiter at 51 points. I expect him to get higher than that, maybe around 60. And then Dumba, 50 points. He could definitely put that up. I'd go for him any day. And then Dubnik's obviously showing that his time in Minnesota, he's a pretty good goalie, so definitely if you got a chance to draft him. Montreal, Pacioretty, if he's there or not at the beginning of the season, but 65 points, I can see that. And Druin, 62 points, I can see him doing there too. And then obviously Price, you're going to want to pick Price. Hopefully he has a bounce back here. 3 previous seasons, his save percentage was in the 920s. Last year was 907, I believe. Then we go to Nashville. Forsberg at 63 points. I expect that to be higher, maybe around 68 to 70. Arvidsson, 62. Obviously, he's had a really good few seasons there. I expect it higher than 62 points. Johansson, 59. I expect Nashville just to get a little bit higher, pretty much all of them. Subban, 57 points. Watch him get maybe 60 to 65. Yossi, 54. That's the only one I agree with, like, equally. And then Rene, obviously he had a bounce back year last year and even the playoffs. New Jersey Devils, Hall at 73. I expect up to 80 or so. I don't have any point total that they predicted for him, but and then obviously Snyder, pick him. Islanders, Barzal, 76 points. I don't think he gets there this year. He's going to have a bit tougher assignments. Obviously, Tavares is gone, so he's going to be the first-line center. Might be a little bit of adjustments for him, but watch for 60 to 65 points. But I think his second year is going to be a little bit tougher because, obviously, he gets the number 1 D pairing. And really, at 56 points, he could definitely put 65 points on the board, so watch for that to be a little higher. New York Rangers, Zuccarello, 58. I really like Zuccarello. Could probably be about 65-point player. Buchnevich, they have 58. I see that's going well. And Shattenkirk, 44. If he's healthy, I can see 44. If not, obviously he's not going to be putting up 44. Obviously last year I think he only played like half the games. So Ottawa, Carlson, if he stays there, 75 points. He can definitely reach that. He's obviously proven that can get up to about 82 points. So watch for 75. Stone, 73. He is on a contract year, but I don't think he gets there. Duchesne, 68. He also is on a contract year, but I don't see him getting there either. And then if you want to play the percentages, pick Anderson. He had a bad year last year, but a goalie that goes good year, bad year, good year, bad year. So he had a bad year last year, good year the year before, so look for another good year. Philadelphia, Giroux, 78 points. I see him getting, maybe about 88 points. He's had a really good year last year, and he's a proven point getter. So, Couturier, 66 points. Definitely go over, obviously, but 74 points I can see him getting. Voracek, 71. It's good for him. And Glasses-Bear, 56. That's good for him. Penguins, Crosby, 92. I expect him to get around 100 points. Malkin, 80. He could get that, but I'm going over to like 85. Kessel, 77. If I'm picking Malkin over 80, I'm picking Kessel over 77. The 1 year at 92, I don't expect him to get there, but maybe 85. The Tang, 53. Obviously, if I'm picking everybody over, I'm going to pick him a little bit over, but 53 is a high number for him, but I'm sure he can get it. And then obviously Murray, hopefully he has a really good year. St. Louis, Shen, 70 points. Jacking that up. He's going to get higher than that. Terrence Cycle, 68. I expect him to get about 40 goals this year, so going higher than 68. Schwartz, 66. I'm pretty about where he should be. Then Pietrangelo, 54. Maybe right where he should be. And then if you want to take a gamble, kind of Allen. I know he's been kind of iffy the last couple of years, but definitely try him. San Jose, Burns 73. Yeah, definitely can get that. Couture 63. I expect him to get maybe around 70 this year. And Pavelski 62, around 65. And then Martin Jones is one of the better goalies in the league, so definitely go for him. Kucherov 90 points. I can see him getting that. Stamkos 82. I expect him to get more than that. Maybe around. He might lead this team in scoring. Obviously, him and Kucherov were in a battle last year, but Kucherov had a really good year. Point Dev at 75 points. I think he had 64 last year. I'm not completely sure, but I don't expect him to get 75, maybe 65. Then Hedman at 65 points. He's not really a high point defenseman. He's gotten like 50 and all that. So 65 is a little high, but I'm going to say he can reach it. Then Vasilevsky is one of the best goalies in the league. He's got one of the best defense in front of him, so definitely they're going to win a lot of games, so definitely pick him. Toronto, Tavares at 86. If he's playing the whole year, you could probably get about 90 to 95, I think. Matthews at 79. I expect him to be more than a point per game player this year, so definitely higher. Marner at 79. He could probably get higher than that, but I would say equals that. Nylander at 70. He's had 61 the last 2 years, so 70 is good for him. Riley at 58. I think he had 51 or 52 this year. Could definitely get 58. And they have Gardner at 43. I expect him. He had 50 points this year, so I expect him to be back towards there. If you want to take a gamble, obviously Toronto defense isn't the greatest, but Anderson's definitely a good goalie. Vancouver, Besser or Bozer, whichever. 70 points, very good for him. Horvat 62. Maybe he takes a step and gets around 70 with Bozer. Then they have Patterson at 58. I expect a little bit lower than that, maybe 50 points as a rookie. It's a really good rookie year. Vegas, Marchessault, 70, could definitely get that. Carlson, they have at 69. I expect him to be close to 80 or over 80. Smith at 69, I don't think he gets that this year. Maybe about 60. And then Theodore, they have 43 points, good for him. And then Fleury is obviously proven to be one of the better goalies in the league, top 10 definitely. So pick him. Capitals, Ovechkin, 85 points. Maybe around 80. Obviously, we're expecting a Stanley Cup hangover with him. He partied for about a month straight. Kuznetsov, 80 points. Could definitely get that. Backstrom, 74 points. Looks good to me. And Carlson, 54. Could definitely reach that. And Holtby, obviously, he's had an okay year last year. But definitely can... no, he's the goalie that had the 920 in the last 3 years, and last year he was 907. I'm not sure about Price. Winnipeg, Wheeler, 79 points. I expect him to get about 80. Scheifele, 77. He's going to be a point per game player. Line, he's 74. I expect him to be up to 80, 85. Connor at 73 looks good. Either 64, you can definitely do that. Bufflin, 53. Maybe he gets 50, but I don't know if he goes all... 53 is not that high, though. Hellebuyck's definitely a goalie to pick. He had a really good year last year. Hopefully he continues it this year. So yeah, let me know what you think. Who do you think is good for drafting? Like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day.